large. He's in charge. He's on a brand new antidepressant. Please welcome to the stage, Alan Rios!
Thank you so much. That intro was my two truths and a lie. The lie being that I'm in charge because I'm on antidepressants. By applause, whose therapist has ever made an anti-Semitic comment while in session? She was my first therapist. What a great journey to healing. This lady said that the reason that J-Lo and Shakira were performing at the Super Bowl was because the Jews control Hollywood. And then she skipped to my affirmations. 1, anxious people are great to be racist around. Because what am I gonna do? A very anxious person. Say something? Do something? I had just learned how to go to the bathroom at work without raising my hand. 2, not only was this anti-Semitic, this was low-key homophobic. Okay? I'm gay. I know nothing about the Super Bowl, except for the halftime show. I know Shakira is not moving her hips to Hava Nagila. I know the block Jenny's from is not in Tel Aviv. It's in the Bronx. So I went home that night, I processed, realized that a therapist isn't supposed to give you trust issues. The next time I decided to say something, COVID happened. Lockdown. I was disinfecting carrots and binge-watching Glee. I needed her. I did eventually leave her. I found someone else, new, exciting. By applause, whose therapist continues to call them by the wrong name? Yeah, great for doctor-patient confidentiality. My name is Alan. He calls me Alex. I did never have a nickname in school, so I guess my inner child is healing. But what I am a little concerned about, though, is that while Alex is getting some great advice and great therapy, I'm developing a multiple personality disorder. Kaiser does not take multiple insurances for each therapist. And there's no Groupons for that. So now you all get to be my therapists. What do you want to talk about? My anxiety, my depression, my chronic homosexuality? You know, I didn't choose to be gay. It was a gift bestowed upon me by God, who saw what Reagan did and thought America needed a little sparkle. No, I did not choose to be gay. I am too anxious to be gay. Street guys, you have it so easy. You marry a girl, you have some kids, you invest their college funds into crypto. Easy breezy, beautiful. But being gay, I know we legalized gay marriage a while ago, but with this Supreme Court, who knows what's gonna happen by the time I get married? And most importantly, will Vera Wang be alive to make my dress? She's 79 and there's COVID, you do the math. And what about kids? I mean, do you know how expensive it is to adopt one child? I've tried the natural route, but all my pregnancy tests come out negative. Please, how do I know when I'm ovulating? No, sometimes I just wish that I can go on a gay vacation and let straight Alan take over my life for a bit. Let's call him Alex. Alex can take care of all the straight things that I haven't been able to, like doing my taxes, changing my car battery, figuring out the buttons on my TV remote. And he's great in emergencies. I've taken him out to the club before when I go out with my girlfriends, because inevitably some creepy guy will come up to them, so Alex has to walk up to the guy, puff up his chest, lower his voice down an octave and say, "Yo, what's good?" And thankfully it's never gone past that because gay Alan cannot fight. I may look big and scary, but this heavy bottom is top heavy. I'll fall faster than I fall in love. Yes, I am single. Enough about him, more about me. I grew up an only child, raised by a single mom, never met my dad. You know, when I was a kid, I had this fantasy that my dad was my mom's long-lost love, and one day he'd come back and we'd all be together and be this big, happy family. Because what kind of a man that you meet at a club leaves after you tell him you're pregnant? When did romance die? I did ask my mom one time why she never dated anyone after him, and she told me the sweetest thing. She said, "Ay, mijo, you're the only man I'll ever need in my life." I, on the other hand, have now said that to at least 5 different men. I grew up in a Mexican Catholic convent. Some people call it a family, to each their own. Grew up in a house with my mom, my grandma, my cousin, and 4 of my mom's sisters. 7 Mexican Catholic women, 1 anxious homosexual. At that point, you don't call CPS, you call TLC. Tonight at 8, 7 chicas y un gay. My grandma was a very devout Catholic woman. She was so Catholic, she used to dip her chancla in holy water before she threw it at us. It was her signature move, the Santo Chingadazo. Never missed. I always admired how devout my grandma was. I tried to leave the Catholic Church, but I'm just too anxious. I mean, you can take the man out of Catholicism, but to take the Catholic out of the man, I'd have to turn around and talk to the priest. You know, when I was first coming out, because of how devoted my grandma was, I was really scared to tell her. And she actually ended up getting into the hospital around that time. And, you know, we were all fearing the worst. So I was really debating on whether I should come out to her or not. And one night after visiting her, I went home, I prayed to God, and I asked God to give me a sign on if I should come out to my grandma or not. And the next day, she passed away. Because who said God hates the gays? Thanks, girl. Thank you, everyone.